Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video will be my food video part 2 because I've been saying I was going to do this for some time, and I was like, let me just start with the work and everything. So unlike the former video, you will not be seeing the same food, you'll be seeing another set of foods. Of course, I'll be telling you how I made it, or if I got it from somewhere, I'll take you along, tell you the location and how much I got it. And obviously I am going to be rating this video. I'm going to be rating this food. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me talk too much. Let's get to this video.
I'm starting with pap and moi moi. I didn't make the moi moi dough, I bought it. So here I am with the pap in my hand and I'm praying, because making pap is a process on its own, and the thing can decide to be watery or thick or have lumps inside. So you have to mix it as smoothly as possible. Whenever I make this thing, I'm always tense because I always want it to turn out right, and sometimes it doesn't. So I put water on fire inside the pot. I won't explain why I did that. And now I'm pouring the hot water inside the bowl, and I was mixing and just praying. This is like one of the most delicate parts about making pap. I was mixing it and mixing, and this thing was not coming out right. I already knew that I was going to be watery, so I put it back inside the pot on fire, and I kept mixing and mixing and mixing this thing, just hoping that it will get thick a little. Some people like their own watery, some people like it thick, but in our family it just has to be thick or else there'll be problem. I gave up on the thing and eventually poured it back inside the bowl, and the steam was on my camera, but anyway I wiped it off and we moved. So I served mine into this bowl, added a little bit of sugar because I'm not allowed to take too much sugar, and some 3 crown because this life is too short. So I took my ogi with sugar, 3 crown, and yes, moi moi. I obviously mixed the thing into the 3 crown into my pap very well because I wanted to enjoy this life. I kept mixing, and you guys are about to see the moi moi, piping hot moi moi that I took with my pap. Just look at the steam coming out of that moi moi. Guys, 7/10. I loved it, but still 7/10.
This has to be the simplest noodles I've ever made before. Just onion and dried grounded pepper. That was all. And of course, I boiled my egg in the pot as well. It was really simple, but you know, I wished there was more, like maybe sausage or raw pepper or something. Delicious but simple. In this video, I made okra soup, but this one is a little bit different. This one is okra that has more garnishings in it. So I started by boiling this chicken. I cut onion and I made sure that I boiled it until the chicken was soft and tasty. And then I put the chicken in a bowl, and then the stock in a separate bowl. And I also made pepper, like I just grinded it and boiled it in this same video. So here I am just rinsing the pepper. Next thing I'm going to do is put it in a blender and blend it so that I can make a nice pepper mixture. I'm not using this pepper mixture at all throughout this video. I just put it on fire while I was making things for my okra soup. Now here's the okra. This small thing is 200 naira. I can't believe it. Anyway, unlike the usual cutting or grating, my mom insisted that I should blend it. I was thinking, why should I blend this? But it just turned out okay at the end of the day. Though I wish I had grated it instead of cut it. So this is me putting it inside the blender with a little water, and then I went to blend it. Meanwhile, as it was blending, I checked the pepper, and this is what it looks like. That grain is beautiful. Now I have pepper and onion, and I'm going to cut it because I'm going to put it inside the okra. Now we have a pot of water on fire, and then I added the okra inside it. As you can see, there are some lumps of okra inside, like some that refuse to blend. I later cut those ones up. Then I added the pepper and the onion and this thing called iru, or I think in English it's called locust bean. And I added a little bit of dried pepper. This thing is going to be really peppery. And when I tasted it, it actually was peppery. Then I added a little bit of stock water that we got from the chicken earlier, just to give it extra taste, a little bit tastier. And I put 3 pieces of chicken inside, and one small Maggi that I saw somewhere. I just added it inside the soup. The thing was already smelling nice at this point in time, but we're not yet done. This is palm oil, the ingredients that will actually give it a different color. It doesn't really add any form of taste to it, in my opinion, but it gives it color, just more of like a dead kind of color though, but nevertheless it's still tasty, with or without the palm oil. And this is it, peppery, tasty, 7/10 because of the pepper.
This is fish, and we are about to make water leaf soup. I've already seasoned the fish. I just put salt and Maggi on the fish. I have to cut the water leaf before rinsing. Actually, this was one of the reasons why I didn't want to post this, because there was a major mistake that I made while cooking this. I was supposed to rinse the water leaf before cutting it, but I cut it before rinsing it. That was a mistake I wasn't supposed to make, but we have to move on. I rinsed it after cutting it. I usually separate the leaf from the stem, by the way, but I showed that process just a little. Next thing I did was put palm oil inside the pot, and then I'm going to chop some onions and then add it into the palm oil. It had a very little bit of blended pepper inside it. Of course, I added seasoning and I put fish inside. I always remove the fish when it has cooked for some time. I remove it away from the sauce before putting the vegetable inside, so that the fish doesn't break inside the vegetable soup. I let it steam and cook up for some time. Then I remove the fish and I'm adding the water leaf inside the sauce, and I've mixed it here. This actually didn't take time. I'm just not a fan of making it, and that is the end.
And that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to say don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, but I hope you guys have done that. So that was it, and me and my rating as usual. Some foods were good, some were bad, some were okay, but nevertheless the plan is that you guys have enjoyed the video and enjoyed watching. Bye.